Hey everyone, for today's video tutorial I am gonna display the working of a sensor that is CPS120. To gain more knowledge about this sensor, let's go to controleverything.com and here search for the sensor CPS120. So this is our sensor. So it's a digital barometer altimeter, commonly known as a pressure sensor. It has a factory calibrated temperature and pressure value and has a programmable resolution of 8, 10, 12 or 14 bits. Today, I will be interfacing it with the particle. So for that we need the particle code, and here is our particle code. So to have the particle to download, here is the procedure. Download it from here. You can also have this particle code from our GitHub repository, that is Control Everything community. Now let's have a look over the particle hardware connections which we will require later on this video, and let's proceed further. Coming to the hardware section, first of all our requirement is a particle photon which you are able to see on my screen. Now this is an I2C sheet. This is available on our website controleverything.com, and this is very useful in making connections with other I2C devices and rather makes them easy. So place the particle photon over the I2C sheet like this and our connection is completed. Now what we require is our sensor, that is CPS120, and this is a connecting cable. Make the connection of the connecting cable and the sensor like this, and while making this connection please make sure that the brown cable should be connected to the ground terminal of the sensor, and same goes for the I2C sheet. Now to power up our particle photon we need a micro USB cable which you are able to see on my screen. Gently insert it here, and this is how our connection is completed. Now these are the connections which we will require in this video tutorial. So let's move ahead and see what our code is. For the interface among the sensor and the particle photon, we have to go to github.com and here search for Control Everything community. Click on it and here is our sensor. This is our required particle code. Before moving to the code, one instruction says that we have to set up our particle photon, and this is the link where we have the steps to start up, and then we have to download our code and copy the code on the online ID, and this link will guide you through the details. At the end we have to verify and flash the code, and this dashboard link will show the output onto the monitor. So this is how the particle photon works. Now let's get back to the particle code, and here is our particle code. Now these are some of the libraries which we have included, and this is the address 0x28 for the sensor CPS120. We have some variables set in the form of pressure and temperature, and here we have initialized serial communication with set baud rate 9600, and then we have requested 4 bytes of data, and in the reading part we have read those 4 bytes of data. For the conversion we have used the formulas which are described clearly in the data sheet of CPS120. At the end of the code we have our output data onto the dashboard in the form of pressure and temperature. So this is how our code is. Now let's see how our code works with the sensor. Now for the working environment, first of all we have to copy this entire particle code for the sensor CPS120 and open up the build link we have just discussed, as you can see on my screen. Yeah, that's correct. Here we have to create a new file, CPS120, that's the sensor, and here paste the code and save it. Now verify and compile the code as you can see on my screen, and now flash it. Now while flashing the code we have to check for the magenta flash which will confirm that code is good to go and we can have the code verified. Now just now we have the magenta flash, and you can see the successful notification of that at the bottom of the code. Now open up the dashboard link so that we can have the output on the screen, and here we go. As you can see we have the temperature and the pressure on the screen, and it's almost constant, but when I apply some pressure or exert some pressure over the sensor, you can notice there is a change in pressure and the temperature on the monitor on the dashboard, and it's going on. So this is how the sensor responds to the particle code. along with the particle photon. Now what do we require is to show the benefits, the features and the applications of the pressure sensor CPS120. The CPS120 is a high quality, low cost, capacitive absolute pressure sensor solution with a compensated digital pressure and temperature output for low pressure applications such as barometric sensing. The CPS120 SIP system in a package solution comprises of an ultra small capacitive MEMS pressure sensor and a conditioning ASIC for accurate pressure measurements in factory calibrated range with 5 to 120 kilopascal full scale. So it is applicable for a wide range of applications such as portable and stationary barometers, altimeters, weather stations, GPS applications, industrial equipment, vacuum systems and so many. You can purchase the sensor from the website controleverything.com and you can have the sensor code from the resource tab and you can have as a zip file. Now you can also download the code from github.com and the repository there is Control Everything community. In the end, I would just like to make it clear that in case if you have any queries, you can reach us on controleverything.com and you can post your comments on the community page of ours. Now for the relevant articles and blogs, you can have a look over instructables.com. And to subscribe more video tutorials, you can have a look over our YouTube channel. In the end, I hope you enjoyed this video and have a good one yourself. Thanks a lot for watching.